Hello again. We're going to continue talking about perspective, and what I want to address this week is application of 1 and 2 point perspective with drawing basic rooms. So what we have here to start with is an example of a room drawn in 1 point perspective. And everything in this drawing is vertical, horizontal, are going to our single vanishing point because it's 1 point perspective. Everything in here is vertical, horizontal, or going there, with the exception of this doorknob and the curvature at the bottom of these curtains. So it's sort of comforting to know that you only have 3 directions you can go. Well, excuse me, these X's were put in there, but we can disregard those right now. But you only have 3 directions to go. So it can be a process of elimination, when you're constructing a table and a chair, or the door or the window or what have you, knowing you're going straight up and down, across, or to the VP. And you've already drawn a table and chair from last week's exercise. So this is a simple basic room with a table and chair put into it. So the way I'm going to want you guys to start this, and you're going to have examples of these in your Canvas page, but this is how I'm going to want you to lay it out. For the basics, I want you guys to draw a 17 by 14 inch rectangle. And then you're going to make a big X in your rectangle. Perfect X. Then somewhere back here, you're going to bring a horizontal across, bring a vertical up, horizontal across, and vertical back down. These 4 corners will meet as long as this is a perfect X and your rectangle was a perfect rectangle or square in some cases to begin with. If anything's off, your verticals, horizontals, or anything else is off when you're lining this up, these corners won't meet. So it's a process of maybe going back and checking to see if one of your lines is off. So in this 14 by 17 format, I want you to make this X. I mean, there are other ways of doing it, like in the previous drawing you saw, but the basics are to make this X, establish a back wall, because that's what we drew this vertical and horizontal for, these 2 verticals, these 2 horizontals. Then you have back wall, ceiling, right wall, left wall, floor. And from there, you can start drawing everything going to the VP, vertical or horizontal, just like I was talking about a minute ago. And when you start, if you draw this doorway as just an outline, this rug is an outline where a table and chair could go, an outline where a back window could go, a side window, and an outline where a skylight could go. You can just construct from there. But this is the basic pattern, the basic outline I want you guys to do, and I did all the math for you. So since this is 14 by 17, and once again, you'll see the example in Canvas, you've got 2 inches on the top and bottom, and you've got 3.5 inches on either side of your 18 by 24 drawing paper. I threw this doorknob in just to explain to you what I did there. And that's just made of a sphere, a cylinder, and then an ellipse. But we're going to get to the lessons of those things next week. Okay, so 1 point perspective room you saw, and then there's the beginnings of the layout that I want you guys to do it. But this is, pretty much a finished 1 point perspective room. And it was constructed the same way with the exception of their initial X. So I want you guys to start with the initial X. Okay. This is a 2 point perspective room. Now there's a lot of stuff in here. You're not going to be required to put all this stuff in. I want you to read the assignment sheet for what needs to be put in. But what I have here, since this is 2 point perspective, forget this box for a minute, forget this cylinder for a minute, or this cylinder, forget those 3 things. Everything in that room, everything is going to the left vanishing point, the right vanishing point, or it's vertical, period. Can't go anywhere else. Left vanishing point, right vanishing point, or it's vertical. Forget horizontal right now. And once again, you're doing this on a 17 by 14 inch format. It's important when you lay out your drawing, when you lay out your format, that you get your eye level, it can be right about the middle for this drawing. Your eye level goes all the way across the page, so your vanishing points are on either side of the page, not in the drawing. Not in the drawing. You don't want them to be in there because things will become foreshortened too quickly. So this is a 1-point perspective box, which you don't have to concern yourself with right now. And once again, this is a cylinder, as is this, which we'll get into next week. But everything else, right, left, or vertical. So the way I want you to do the layout for this, that's the 1 point again. Give me a second so I can turn this. The way I want you to do the layout for this is as such. 14 by 17 rectangle, eye level drawn straight across. Got your right vanishing point on one side of the paper, your left vanishing point on the other side, outside of the drawing. You pick a spot, it can be anywhere, to draw a corner. Your corner, I like to keep it a little off center, so I got it a little to the left here. And you make that corner as long as you want. Don't make it take up too much space or you won't have any floor or ceiling. But you take a vertical and draw the back corner. Once you have that, look at the top and bottom of this corner. Left VP through the top, left VP through the bottom. Well, arguably they're supposed to be going to the vanishing point, but let's not get into semantics. And then on the other side, top and bottom of this corner, let me do something real quick. To clarify, there's the top and bottom of the corner. Right vanishing point, left vanishing point, right vanishing point, left vanishing point. So you have a ceiling, a floor, a right wall, and a left wall. And there's going to be an example of this in Canvas. So if you were going to construct a table, a rug, there could be another table or a chair or what have you, you could lay them out, map them out on the floor just like that and construct them from there. You've already drawn tables and chairs in 2-point perspective. So it's a matter of figuring out where you might want to put them. Don't put it in front of the door. Where you might want to put them and then constructing them from there. But this basic layout, pay close attention to this, really helps you to get started on a 2-point perspective room. So I hope that helps you to figure this stuff out and then go to Canvas for further instruction. Thank you.